It's that time of year in New Brunswick where countless numbers of small fish come in from the Atlantic Ocean, travel upriver to spawn. They're known as Gaspereau, and they come in by the millions. But up until recently, these small fish have had a big problem getting upriver to spawn.
Gaspereau is a term used to describe two very similar species, alewives and blueback herring, and good luck telling them apart from the shoreline. They spend most of their lives in the ocean, but once a year they travel inland, up the river where they hatch to spawn, much like salmon. Once they spawn, back downriver they go, out to the open ocean. Every spring, when these little fins start to poke through the surface of the Armucto River here in Fredericton Junction, you'll find Wayne Baker, known around these parts as
Junction Gaspereau Man.
You're the Gaspereau man.
I'm the Gaspereau Man. I've been catching Gaspereau for over 70 years, believe it or not. I've ate up out of them.
he smokes them, salts them, and is quick to offer up a bite at his home alongside the banks of the Armucto River.
Now that's done in salt brine and maple syrup, and then the smoke.
That's really good.
And you put that on a cracker with a little bit of cheese whiz, maybe a sweet mixed pickle, slice of that. Beautiful.
And for decades, he's kept records of their annual migration, noting when they show up and what their numbers look like.
And I'll sit there and count, see how many go up in a, well, if there's 30 a minute or 100 a minute or 15 a minute, I write it down and keep track, and I can tell whether it's a good run or a light run or heavy run.
It's his contribution to the Armucto Watershed Association. This year, he says things look pretty good, but the population is nothing like it once was.
I've seen them since the commercial fishermen and stuff. Everybody's in on it now. The numbers have dropped significantly. Baker
and the Watershed Association believe it's due in large part to the Mactaquac Dam. When it was built in the late 60s, it prevented all fish from getting upriver, so a trap and truck system was introduced. Fish like Atlantic salmon that found themselves trapped at the foot of the dam were captured here, trucked upriver, and released. But not so for the Gaspereau. According to the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, only a fraction of the Gaspereau that found themselves trapped here were ever sent upriver. Starting in 1995, 1 million of the fish were transported past the Mactaquac Dam each spring. The rest were considered surplus, and those surplus Gaspereau went to the highest bidder. But today, that's no longer the case. In 2020, DFO quietly made a change. Gaspereau trapped at the foot of the dam are no longer considered surplus. Instead of moving just 1 million fish upriver, they now move as many as possible. The first year they implemented this change, the amount of Gaspereau going upriver more than doubled, going from 1 million to 2.4 million. Last year, that number nearly doubled again, with over 4.1 million fish now being trucked above the dam. It's good news for the Gaspereau, according to Baker.
I think that's great, but they should have. When they built Mactaquac Dam, they were supposed to build a fishway. Once they got the dam built, they said they'd run out of money. They couldn't build the fishway. And they still haven't got the fishway. Truck them up when that's good, but a fishway would be so much better.
That's echoed by some of those who fish for Gaspereau commercially.
How's the fishing these days?
Not bad. I've seen better days, but it is what it is. But we just keep going, and we hope that it continues like that. Like Gaspereau, it's a good fish. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Matthew Cormier has been fishing Gaspereau for 26 years. He processes the fish near his home in Capillet, and he says he sells 70% of his catch as bait used for fishing lobster. The other 30% leaves the country.
We take the Gaspereau from here, we bring it home. If we try to sell it for bait, and if we can't sell it for bait, well, it goes for food in Haiti.
How does it? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, we bring it home and we put it in 100% brine for 21 days. And then we take the salt out of it and then we put it in 30-pound pails and then ship to Haiti for food.
While he agrees moving as many Gaspereau over the dam as possible is positive for the population, he wants to see a proper fish ladder installed as many fish are killed coming back down through the dam's turbines.
They got to go through the turbine, they got to go through somewhere, so I'm pretty sure it kills quite a bit. If they could find a good fish ladder for the fish to come down and the mortality would be as much, it would be a good thing.
CBC News requested details of all contracts for the surplus Gaspereau from Public Services and Procurement Canada between 1995 and 2019. The department only found one. In 2018, DFO sold all the Gaspereau that didn't make it across the dam for a little over $107,000. But those documents didn't state who won that bid. DFO would not provide an interview on the topic or allow CBC News to tour its trap and truck system. NB Power is also not planning to build the fish ladder that both Baker and Cormier are hoping for. Instead, it says it will improve its current trap and truck system and is looking at options for getting fish back down the river without having to go through the dam's turbines. For Patty Savoy, the Gaspereau have always been an important species for Amukto First Nation.
Well, I would have to say it's pretty important. We use it on a lot of bases. I know a lot of people use it for lobster fishing, eel fishing, traditional and ceremonial uses and stuff like that.
As she collects Gaspereau for population research for the Maliseet Nation Conservation Council, she says the change of the dam is nothing but good news for the little fish that come in huge numbers.
That is a very big change, a very big change. The thing about the species is you really don't know the detrimental impact to them until, unfortunately, it's too late.